No character represents the seedy underbelly of the Star Wars universe better than Jabba the Hutt, the vicious gangster that dominated the planet of Tatooine and runs a galactic criminal regime. While the character was memorably first brought to life with gruesome practical effects in Star Wars Episode 6 Return of the Jedi, George Lucas had a much different version of Jabba the Hutt in mind when first creating Star Wars Episode 4 A New Hope. To say that the creation of the first installment in the Star Wars franchise was a difficult experience for the cast and crew would be a vast understatement. Although the groundbreaking achievements by the burgeoning special effects department at Industrial Lights and Magic earned an Academy Award for Best Visual Effects, some of Lucas's more ambitious ideas for Episode 4 simply weren't possible when the movie was produced. Given the limitations of visual effects at the time, some of the footage Lucas shot had to be left on the cutting room floor, including a scene in which Jabba the Hutt was portrayed by Irish actor Declan Mulholland. In the original scene, Mulholland wears a Western-style jacket and overcoat that gives him a striking resemblance to a villain from a classic gunslinger movie. Although Lucas claimed that he intended to replace Mulholland with a digital recreation of Jabba in post-production, it's unclear how much of the later Star Wars franchise he had mapped out at the time. George Lucas had planned to replace the footage of Declan Mulholland with stop-motion animation, similar to the groundbreaking work in 1933's King Kong that inspired some of Star Wars' other character designs. Unfortunately, Lucas was informed by his special effects department that since the film was shot on 35 and 50mm lenses, adding an insert character would simply not be possible. Given the constraints that A New Hope was already facing to meet its intended release date, Lucas chose to cut the Jabba scene entirely. Jabba wouldn't make his cinematic debut until Return of the Jedi, when ILM was able to develop the advanced puppetry and makeup effects needed to bring him to life. Lucas decided to make additional changes to the first 3 films in the saga when they were re-released theatrically in 1997 as special editions. With the assistance of ILM Visual Effects and animation supervisor Steve Williams, Lucas added in a CGI version of Jabba to replace Mulholland in the deleted scene. The updated version of Jabba was made to resemble the practical effects used in Return of the Jedi. The CGI in the special edition of A New Hope may be rudimentary at best, but the insertion of a digital character into a live-action scene was groundbreaking in 1997. The scene inspired the addition of Jar Jar Binks in The Phantom Menace, who became the first major CGI character in a live-action film.